Going for the haste. No blocks. Come on in. Welcome to my face. Welcome to my face. Then we're going for the high score. Boom. -7. Let's go. What is up, Janksters? It's your boy Graham, also known as HamHawks42 on the internet. And today we have a deck that was a stream building challenge, or a deck building challenge on stream. My friend Saint of O challenged me to build a deck that only contained 1 cost cards, like it's mana value of 1. That was the restriction. We could do historic, we could do standard, we could do any color, but the challenge was every single card in the deck had to have a mana value of 1. Now you may note, and as a result, that's the reason that you're seeing this rather interesting mana curve on this deck. And you may note one of the workarounds that we could have taken advantage of is X cost spells, cards like Banefire, that is X and 1 red, where it costs where you can spend any amount of mana, but the true CMC of the card, or the mana value of the card, is 1. That is a workaround that we could have taken advantage of. I chose not to. In the spirit of the challenge, I thought it would be better if we kept it to a just true 1-drops. And not only did we keep it to true 1-drops, in the interest of going for just 1, we did 1 color as well, and that color is red, because red in historic has just a who's who of awesome 1-drops, and so I figured that would be a fine place for us to start. And to be honest, the deck actually has some real bangers in it, and I gotta be honest, I was surprised at how well this deck performed in the gameplay, which you're gonna see in a little bit. So let's jump into it. So first things first, we have Bowmat Courier. It's a 1/1 haster for 1. Now this isn't technically red, but it does have red in the activation. Whenever it attacks, exile the top card of your library face down, and then you can pay 1, discard your hand, sacrifice Bowmat Courier, and then get all those cards that were exiled into your hand. Great card. It is aggro beatdown as well as card draw in the late game. You'll love to see it. And it also gives us something to spend our mana on in the late game and refills our hand. So all good things. Bowmat Courier is a very powerful card. Awesome rare from Kaladesh. We also have Dragon Mantle in here. I'm just going to go down the list. Dragon Mantle is an interesting card. This one was suggested actually by my buddy Grape, which I'll remember because I didn't have it in my collection initially. And then he pointed it out, and I was like, is that even in Arena? And it's like, yes, it is. It was part of Jumpstart Historic Horizons. And it's like, oh, no way. So when Dragon Mantle enters the battlefield, you draw a card. So for 1 mana, you just draw a card. And then it gives the creature Fire Breathing, which is pay 1 red, it gets +1/+0. Well, we only have 1 cost creatures. We only have 1 cost spells. So as a result, we're going to run out of gas really fast. You know, we're going to run out of stuff in our hand, and so we are going to have mana lying around. And so having a mana sink like Dragon Mantle is very, very useful. And the fact that it replaces itself in your hand is awesome. The fact that it cantrips when it comes into play, love it. This card is very cool. But it's very cool, but it's situational, so it's a 2-of. Then we have Dragon Rage Chandler. You probably saw this one coming because this card is very, very powerful. It is a 1/1 for 1. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you surveil 1, and as long as there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, he gets +2/+2, has flying, and attacks each combat if able. So DRC here, as he's known, is incredibly powerful. It can become a 3/3 flyer that attacks each combat if we achieve Delirium, which is going to be a little bit tricky in this deck, admittedly, but if we can pull it off, it's going to be a very, very powerful card. And worst case scenario, if we don't have Delirium, it's a 1/1 body that can attack, potentially block if we need it to, and it's going to help us surveil. It's going to help us surveil repeatedly whenever we cast spells. So it's going to help us massage our hand a little bit and potentially help us get to Delirium, because it's not the only card in this deck that cares about that. We also have Fervent Champion. This is one of the best 1/1s that has ever been printed, so we're going to use it. It's a 1/1 first strike haster. And whenever it attacks, if you have another knight, you can give another attacking knight +1/+0. Now, Fervent Champion is the only knight we have in the deck. However, we do have 4 of them. So if we get multiple Fervent Champions, we can put them both online. They buff each other. Life is good. It's also, it being a first striker means that it wears a Dragon Mantle very, very well. So Fervent Champion is just awesome. It's an awesome aggro, early, beatdown thing. Then we have a lot of burn spells. Turns out that Wizards of the Coast has printed a lot of good 1-drop burn spells in Historic specifically. One of them being Frostbite. Deals 2 damage to a creature Planeswalker. If you control 3 or more Stow permanents, it instead deals 3 damage. Nothing wrong with that. It just deals direct damage. It helps us remove pesky blockers that are going to help with the beatdown plan, which is really what we're trying to do. we're trying to stick some small creatures on the board, remove our opponent's blockers, and chip in for damage, and then if we need to, even go direct damage to their face. So yeah, that's Frostbite. We also have Ghitu Lavarunner. As long as there are 2 or more instant or sorcery cards in your graveyard, Ghitu Lavarunner gets +1/+0 and has haste. Most of the time, given the composition of this deck, this is a 2/2 with haste for 1. Need I say more? It's absolutely fantastic. It does exactly what it needs to do, and it does it very, very well. We also have Infuriate. This is a valuable combat trick. Gives +3/+2 until end of turn to any creature at instant speed for, of course, you guessed it, 1. And this is valuable, especially with first strikers like the Fervent Champion or with cards like DRC. Being able to attack with a 1/1 into a 3/3 and then trade is very, very useful. Or attacking to a 2/2, their opponent blocks thinking, oh, they're just trying to get a little bit of damage in. And then, no, I actually have this combat trick. It feels great. So Infuriate is very, very useful. It can also help get in those last couple points of damage to help close out the game. So Infuriate is just a surprisingly useful card if you hold it and use it in the right moments. It's excellent. Play with Fire, it's just Shock Plus. This is Shock Plus Scry if you hit your opponent in the face with it. This card is great. It just deals 2 damage. 2 damage is what you need. If you're going face, you also get to Scry a little bit. And if you have a DRC down, you can also Scry away and then Surveil away as well, which is great. So you can dig 3 cards deep to figure out what you want to draw. So Play with Fire is just awesome. It's an additional 2 damage. You can get rid of a pesky blocker, or you can deal 2 damage to the face. Love it. Redcap Melee. We have Redcap Melee in here for a couple of reasons. One, Phoenix and Arclight are and the name's escaping me right now. The Dreadhorde Arcanist, that's the one I was thinking of, are popular in Historic. So red is a common color. So this hosing red cards specifically is very helpful. Also, the downside is negligible. So the way that Redcap Melee works, it deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker, and if a non-red permanent is dealt damage this way, you sacrifice a land. So again, we're going to have mana lying around in this deck. So we're going to have excess mana. So sacrificing a land is not that big of a cost. We'll be able to do it pretty consistently without that much issue. Now, that can get us into trouble potentially because we do have man lands and whatnot. And so we do need a little bit, taking advantage of some of our mana sinks later in the game can become very difficult if we have to use Redcap Melee early. However, it's 4 damage for 1 mana. That's a lot. This can kill Adeline. There are very few burn spells that only cost 1 that can. Redcap Melee is one of them. So that's fantastic. It's just good. Is really what it comes down to. So in this deck, the Redcap Melee fits perfectly, even in the main board. This is usually more of a sideboard card. In this deck, it's definitely main. Then we have Soul-Scar Mage. This is another phenomenal 1-drop, phenomenal red 1-drop. It's a 1/2 for 1 with prowess, and if a sorcerer would deal non-combat damage to a creature an opponent controls, you put that many -1/-1 counters on that creature instead. So you don't deal damage, and instead gives all of your burn spells wither effectively, giving those creatures -1/-1 counters. So it reduces their toughness permanently. So it effectively gives them. Well, it's almost like the damage sticks around, but it hits their power too. It's great. So Soul-Scar Mage is very, very useful, and the fact that it has prowess means that it's capable of growing mid-combat when you're pulling off Infuriate combat tricks or burn spells at instant speed. So Soul-Scar Mage is a house. This is a phenomenal card. And to be honest, Soul-Scar Mage and Dragon Rage Chandler are the 2 main reasons why we picked red. They are very, very powerful cards that are easy to support given the restriction that we were under. So Soul-Scar Mage fits beautifully. And then last but not least, our last burn spell, Unholy Heat. This is another card that cares about Delirium. It deals 2 damage to target creature, planeswalker. Already worth the price of admission. 2 damage for 1 mana is great. But if we have Delirium, if we have 4 different card types among cards in our graveyard, it deals 6 damage instead. That is a huge swing. And this is another one that can kill an Adeline or even a Croxa for 1 mana. There are very few spells that deal that kind of damage, and Unholy Heat is one of them, which is why you see it everywhere in Historic right now. It is very, very strong, very, very powerful, and it fits within the restriction that we were building. So I love it. I think this is great. Now, because we have Frostbite, we also have Snow-Covered Mountains, and because we have Snow-Covered Mountains, we have 2 Faceless Havens, because why not? The card is great. The only downside to Faceless Haven is it's actually really just a creature in this deck. It doesn't really serve to activate for mana, with the exception of Bowmat Courier, or to activate our other mana land, which is Den of the Bugbear, because we don't have that much colorless mana requirements. Believe it or not, when everything costs 1, you don't end up needing that much colorless mana lying around. So A-Faceless Haven, to be honest, it's not a great fit for this deck. It might actually make sense to go for Den of the Bugbear and call it a day, but given the fact that we have Snowlands lying around, A-Faceless Haven being able to activate for 3 rather than 4 could be meaningful in an early game where you're trying to chip in that last little bit of damage, especially in a situation where we're getting mana flooded. So it's not, I mean, it's not great, but it can do the job, and that's what we're looking for in this deck. We're looking for cards that can do the job. All right, so that's the deck. It's that simple. 1-drops. This is 1-drop tribal. And let's go ahead and I'm gonna run some gameplay of footage that was taken on my stream. So if you'd like to join into future streams, please don't hesitate to come on over to twitch.tv/hamhocks42. You can join in the conversation, as well as suggest your own deck for me to build using a currency called channel points, which are accrued just by hanging out and being part of the chat. So I'd love to see you out there. Let's get into the gameplay, and I'll catch you on the next one. The Potato Head Fireworks, naturally. 2-lander, perfect. That's exactly what we want. So we got a Bomat Courier in the opening hand, Ghitu Lavarunner, plus a bunch of goodies that we can use to load up our Ghitu Lavarunner potentially. I'm loving this, actually. This is like mono red tempo. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a burn deck. Let's be honest. Let's call it what it is. It's a 1-drop burn deck, but it's quite strong. I'm enjoying it very much. Our opponent's taking a second. Actually, I wonder sometimes, like, it's one of those things, like, I know that as a streamer, like, I have a name that people might recognize at this point, because I've just been around for a while. So I wonder sometimes when there's a delay, I wonder, are people pulling up the stream? So K7QC, if you're here, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining the stream. Commander on Saturday, what's the details of that? Yeah, so Fallen Rose, we play Commander on our Discord server on Saturdays. We play on a service called untap.in. It's a tabletop simulator. And so you can bring any decks you want. It's absolutely free. And we have a good time. It's a load of fun. All right. Farewell Land Elves. Get gone. I'll play out to Ghitu Lavarunner. Yeah, I think Commander makes it really hard to snipe. Flynn, that's true. Yeah, exactly. We're playing in the play queue, so it doesn't make sense for people to be stream sniping. Yeah. Now, if we were on the rank queue, sure. Like, I get it, but yeah. The streamer's best of 3 draft happens more often than you think. I believe it, Flynn. I absolutely believe it. I'll take Brawler. Hey, that's a red permanent that we can hit with Redcap Melee. And we can Frostbite the Burning Tree Emissary. Ba-boom. Let's go. We'll just keep Infuriate back for now. An eagle twice so far. Oh, Flynn, that rules. That's awesome. Pelt Collector. The collector of pelts. And go ahead and hit it with the Unholy Heat. Because we can. Played against Croakies in Eternity. Wait, what? Sin, when was that? I genuinely don't remember going up against Croakies. I believe it. I mean, I'm sure it was some time ago. First round of Eternity by Annie. Oh, Flynn, when was that? Oh, that's right. No, that's right. That was a while ago now. But yeah. Flynn, that's right. We went up against each other first things first. That was hilarious. Early morning all through the day. Oh, Sin, wait, was that the Red Bull Untapped tournament that I played like a year and a half ago? Yeah, exactly, like a half a year ago. Rock on, Flynn. That's awesome. I love it. Good morning, God Prince Jester. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here, my friend. Let's use this last mana to crack this Bomat Courier. Let's draw 4 cards. Oh, I've drawn 4 cards. Feels good. Feels real good. We don't quite have Delirium yet. What are we missing? We have a creature, we have an instant, and a lot of instants. All right, so creatures and instants. Dope. We're gonna take a little bit of damage to do this, but I think it's worth it. We're gonna get this Bone Crusher Giant out of here. Totally worth it. I would do that again. All right. Play that Red Bull tourney as well. Rock on, Wiz. That's awesome. Yeah. No, I played the Red Bull, the very first, like, or the first one I was aware of anyway, the Red Bull Untapped Qualifier tournament. And, yeah, it was rough, my guys. It was rough. Redcap Melee deals 4 damage. We are going to have to sack a land, but who cares? They can eat our graveyard. To, yeah, get rid of the Bowmat Courier to gain a little bit of life. That is the correct answer. All right. So let's see. No, Wiz, that rules. So look at the Black-Red Dragons list I'm making. The usual Whelp, Magda, Orb, Chandler, Ramp, playset is Infernal Grasp, a couple of Meat Hooks, Conductive Currents, 3 creatures. That sounds dope. Yeah, that sounds really powerful, dude. Yeah, Shkadubins, I'm from Michigan in the United States. Yeah. But yeah, that feeling where comes around for technically at work with a beer because she's the food she's cooking. It's Raz. Okay. Kind of drunk at work. Nice, Razu. Yeah, totally winning. Yeah, dude, you're winning at life. I love it. Working from home, baby. Absolutely. Oh, Charlie from Ottawa, rock on. Love it, love it. One of these days I'll be able to keep it straight where everybody's from, but I have a couple memorized, but not everybody. No blocks, come on in. Welcome to my face. That was an aggressive attack by our opponent. They're not wrong, but it was an aggressive attack. Play the Soul-Scar Mage because we can. All right. So Chunky grew up in Northern Idaho. Nice. Taifa, Iowa, Northern UK, Shkadubins. Very cool. Love it. But yeah, Razi, that's awesome. Scotland, Northern England, Wales, South Wales, Rock Hudson. Yeah, love it. Yeah, they have to block something. Get in for 2. If we top deck a Play with Fire, we just win. Ooh, another Spellbreaker. All right, all right. Going for the haste. No blocks, come on in. Welcome to my face. Welcome to my face. Then we're going for the high score. Boom. -7. Let's go. Yeah, actually, it's funny. You see a lot of actually, it's funny. We'll get raids every now and then from streamers who are like out in the California area where it's 3 hours earlier. Who are like just finished, or 3 hours later. Sorry, no. Anyway, a lot of people out west who are like just finishing their night will raid us in the morning, which is always fun. Bowmat Courier doesn't really do much for us. I think Ghitu, well, we might as well play out the Courier. We're not going to attack into that, but yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Chunk. It's earlier. For them, it's like 6:40, or it's 6:40 right now. It's 9:40 for me. Yeah. And I'm Ypsilanti Belleville area. Oh, Phoenix, for real? You really? In the Belleville area, I have to go to Ypsilanti or West Sun for an LGS. Phoenix, is funny you mentioned that. I'm actually living in Ypsilanti right now. Oh, yeah, cool town. It's a nice town. I mean, it's okay. Yeah. No, I like Ypsi. It's a nice town. Yeah, no, you're right. I'm just slow on the uptake. So any tips? Shkadubins, really what it comes down to is don't shut up. Dead air can kill a stream. So it's important to keep the banter going, keep dialogue happening, engage with chat as much as you possibly can. And at first, when you're first starting out streaming, chat is going to be dead. It's just part of the deal. It's just how it works, and that's okay. Keep talking. Just keep talking to yourself. That's all right. Less proper MLA format and paper, but we placed third in the category from correctly. Rock on, Chunk. All right, so Flynn. So, and also, don't take yourself too seriously. Shkadubins, that's the other thing. Don't take yourself too seriously. And I certainly don't. So we're gonna infuriate our Bowmat Courier. Infuriate! Then we're gonna unholy heat that Dwinen's elite because I want my Bowmat Courier to survive. Ba-boom, let's go. So a joke to be spoken like a snake. The baby snake asks its mother, "Mom, are we poisonous snakes?" The mother replies, "Yes, my little darling. We are some of the most poisonous snakes in these lands. You should be proud," to which the baby answers, "Well, that's unfortunate. I just bit my tongue." Nice. Love it, Flynn. Thank you. All right. DRC. We already have a critter in the bin, I believe. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to see my graveyard. No, we do not have a critter where it's just instance. Dope. But we have a Bomat Courier, which is likely going to go to our graveyard any minute now. I think I let the Soul-Scar Mage go here, actually. To sack land. Probably should have sacked the Faceless Haven, if I'm honest. Yeah, Redcap Melee isn't that great with Faceless Haven. Oh, Coco, that's a problem. Remember, starting to stream, I'm starting to put my plays because I know. Yeah, exactly. God Protector, exactly. Comment on your play. Absolutely. And so, TIE Fight California Bowling friends are already invited. Nice. Yeah. No, I should have sacked the Faceless Haven. That would have been smart. Oh, well. Oh, well. At least DRC's online now. Elves doing elf things. Elves gonna be elves, baby. Have to attack, don't have a choice. 3 damage in the air, let's go. Yeah, no, Flynn, I think you're right. Yeah, Flynn, my pleasure. Classic dad joke, love it. This Power Sentinel, they're just ripping elves off the top into another Coco, of course. Elves being elves, baby. All right. Fervent Champion's not going to do it. Yeah, that's not going to do the job. Yeah, Flynn, exactly. They haven't had a whiff yet. It's been nothing but... They've hit nothing but gas. No, these elves have hit the nuts, and there's nothing we can do about it. Into another Coco. They just top decked another Coco just cuz? What the heck? An Elvish War Master and another Circle of Dreams Druid. No big deal. Into a Fierce Empath, and they're going to go grab Crater Hoof Behemoth and swing out for an obscene amount of damage. I'm just going to go ahead and scoop this. Yeah. They got it. We got DRC, we got Frostkite, we got Redcap Melee. This is keepable. We got 3 lands. We don't need 3 whole lands. 2 would be fine, but let's keep 3. Why not? I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of that Soul Warden right now. Let's just not even waste time on it. So, Jester, you plan on streaming once my new laptop parts arrive? Because it should make things way more efficient. That's awesome. Good work. We're excited to be there. Rock on, Razu. Love it. Yeah, no, Flynn, definitely. If you go live, let us know. You parts here. You better have a single soul sister. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and that's, I mean, they have white, they have green, they've played Soul Warden. This is Heliod Coco. They even have the Heliod sleeves. Like, there's 100% Heliod Coco. Without a doubt. DRC. Soul-Scar Mage, let's go. It is tempting to hit that apparition with the Redcap Melee so we get a 1-1, but I'd rather hold it for the Scurry Oak. Or another Soul Warden. It's a good deck. You've been playing it. Flynn, I believe it. It is very powerful. So Tie-Fi, when I was bowling at the end, which he stopped giving me 300 rings. Oh, okay. Send it in to engage in your games. Okay. I'm saving this Redcap Melee for the inevitable Scurry Oak. Apparently they're on Giant Killer, but now here they Coco into Heliod and Scurry Oak because they always hit it. Well, Scurry Oak at least. The RC triggering. Land can go. Bowmat Courier. I'm going to put it away because that's going to help us hit Delirium. Den to the Bugbear. Actually, Den to the Bugbear could be pretty sweet here. Nah, let's let it go. All right, we got 9 damage in the air. We got rid of the Scurry Oak. Dragon Mantle. Let's go. Frostbite's actually pretty sweet, and we're gonna just straight up draw it, so let's go. Actually, Bomat Courier, yeah, they have blockers, so Bomat Courier is not gonna be that great. Ghitu Lavarunner also, kind of okay. Oh, the Frostbite though, that'll take. All right, cool. And this DRC has fire breathing. Boom, let's go. Frostbite kills Scurry Oak. Oh, I thought Scurry Oak had toughness 4. No, you're right, it does. It's gonna look like if your Heliod doesn't come in and it's a creature. Oh, Flynn, that would have been good, you're right. And at this point, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. When you hit him for 13, I think it's more important that we keep Frostbite up. Because if they play the Scurry Oak, they have the combo, so we just need to be able to kill it. Speaking of... play with fireworks, that's fine. Yes! Got him! Woohoo! All right, 1 drop, beating Heliod Company. Feels good. Triple DRCs will do that, though. That card is very good. Got him. Feels good. Thank you so much for checking out the video, and if you enjoyed that one, please take a look at this playlist right here for more deck techs just like it.